All right, welcome back to the Rush Hour podcast where we talk about random Yu-Gi-Oh topics for 15 minutes. And today's topic is going to be Konami's new policy change to the way side event tickets work. So I'm going to start the timer now. All right, that started. And so this change says that instead of the way it used to be, so for people who don't know, at YCSs and at Nationals and stuff like that, Konami started this prize wall thing where after you play in a side event, you get tickets. You get a number of tickets equal to the number of wins that you had in a side event or whatever, and you could trade them for prizes like mats, dice, giant cards, which are the most crazy thing, and then also there's like uncut sheets, which are also insane depending on which one you get. But honestly, when they first started this, it was weird because the amount of tickets you needed for an uncut sheet was so many that one person couldn't possibly get it on their own. If they played side events the entire weekend nonstop, you couldn't possibly get it, right? So I always thought that was weird, but that incentivized people to work together and pool their tickets together or buy tickets, which a lot of people bought and sold tickets, and we'll talk about that too. But that was the old method, is that you had to have a team of people to actually get any of the real prizes, right? If you wanted the giant card, if you wanted the uncut sheet, you needed a whole team to do it. Konami came out with a policy today that says you are no longer allowed to trade tickets to each other, and tickets carry over from event to event before they would expire. So at YCS Indy, if you got tickets from YCS Indy, they did not go to the next YCS or Nationals or whatever. That was it. You had to use them all there, and it was like a zero-sum thing. Now tickets will transfer from event to event, which I think that part is nice. I do like that. But what do you think about this new policy, Eric? Because we experienced it the other way for a long time.
There's going to be a lot of pros and cons, man. Like, I think it's from my perspective personally, I think it's a really good thing because I'm going to go to a bunch of YCSs, so I'm just going to naturally accumulate tickets.
Same.
And it sucks it's better for us because it sucks that Ultimate Time Wizard is normally the last event to get paid out. So then all the good prizes are already gone by the time you get your tickets, and you're just like selling tickets for like the bare minimum.
Yeah. My life, I've literally topped multiple Time Wizard tournaments, and every time I get them at the end when there's nothing to reclaim, nothing to actually get with them, and I just kind of sit there either with the tickets just dead in my book bag, or I trade them for mats and stuff like that I don't really honestly want, but now I'm starting to do giveaways and stuff, so that kind of worked out. But
now it's good for us since we'll easily get 80 tickets, which is how much a giant card is. The thing I'm scared about the most is when everyone ends up having like 80 tickets. Is it just going to be like Black Friday and they're like prize walls open and you see like 50 nerds come in, just rush the prize table? Like what is happening?
So I do think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think that everyone's going to accumulate a lot, but luckily here's how I think of it in my head, because I thought the exact same thing you just said. Once people have a lot of them, they're all going to be rushing to get the best giant card or the best uncut sheet or whatever it is as soon as the prize wall opens. In my head, though, like when you reach your number, I most likely won't reach my number at the exact same time. And even if we do, okay, I'll just wait to the next YCS, right? Because there's one every month. I know it kind of sucks for some people, but like, oh, the next YCS, I'll just get the giant Minerva this time. I'll get the giant substitute or the giant whatever it is.
Will you though? Because you're probably not going to be able to play the Time Wizard tournament then, because you'll have to line up.
Yeah, I don't know how the timing is going to work. We're entering a very interesting period with the prize wall. I think that the prize wall idea though, as a whole, is fantastic. I always liked it since they've been doing it in 2022. I think that's one of the best things to make side events actually worthwhile, because some people just scrub out from the main event or don't want to play in a main event of Yu-Gi-Oh. And so for there to be an actual thing, Konami is trying to make it better. And now I get it. In the past, the way it was before this new policy, I'm gonna tell you what was really happening. On the floor, there were people who were just walking around buying tickets. They just had $1,000+ and they were paying a good amount on the tickets on day one, so Saturday.
Yep.
And they were just going straight for the uncut sheet because it's a profit if you sell the uncut sheet, or if you sell a giant card that's like a good one. Like last event, we had Minerva again for some reason. Minerva sold for $5K at YCS Richmond. So like seeing Minerva again, everyone immediately wanted to get the giant Minerva because even if it doesn't go for $5K, let's say it goes for $4K, like that's still an insane profit.
Right.
And you're not going to spend $4K in tickets getting it. So people just do the math. They're like, okay, if we spend $1,500 on just buying the tickets from people and we get the giant card and sell a giant card for $4,000, that's a huge profit right there. That's what was happening. And I never really got involved with that because I'm always just playing in the Ultimate Time Wizard tournament. So I never had time to really grind side events for real. And like you said, we used to get our tickets at the very end on Sunday when there's nothing left anyway. So the ticket thing for me always sucked, but I'm a person that like, I don't care if it affects me negatively, if it affects multiple people in a better way. So for people who like grinding side events, I was like, yeah, you guys have something that's cool. I'm just here to play one side event. And if I scrub out of that one side event, I'm probably so sour that I don't want to play it anymore.
Yep.
But Yeah, but now people like Coco and some of the others who really are good at grinding side events, over time, he'll be able to accumulate so many that he'll be getting legitimate prizes every couple YCS. I don't know how long it'll take if you play an entire weekend of just side events. I don't know how long it'll take for you to actually claim a real prize, maybe like 2 or 3 YCSs every 2 or 3, I would imagine. But that's still pretty good. Like if you can get...
That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays speed duel, so he's getting I don't know how many they get, but they get a bunch.
Yeah, Rivalry to Warlords, I heard, is the big one too. Have you ever played that or heard of that one?
I know which one that I've never played it. But I know at Nats last year that was the best way to get tickets.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's last year. Rivalry to Warlords is a side event where Konami literally gives you a deck. They give you a deck box and it's a random deck in there and you just have to play with that deck. You don't get to write your deck list out. You don't get to like choose anything. They just say, here you go. It's random. And I think they give you a little cheat sheet of like, how the deck
combos,
which I think is cool because let's say I played Rivalry to Warlords, I literally have no idea how to play any of the new decks. So the little cheat sheet could be helpful. Maybe I can use some fundamentals and try to get something together. But that one was the most lucrative. I don't know if that's changed. Somebody commented on my Facebook post and said that you also get less tickets now. I don't know if that's true.
If that's true, it's like this is just worse. Like it's just strictly worse in my opinion if you get less.
Yeah, I already thought that we didn't get enough, to be honest, but maybe I'm wrong in that. But like, I just feel like the amount of tickets that Ultimate Time Wizard gets was so abysmal. Like I won YCS Indianapolis Ultimate Time Wizard, and I'm pretty sure.
30?
Yeah, I think I got 30 tickets.
Yeah,
after winning the entire event, I got like 30 tickets, bro. I got 2 mats, and they told me to walk it out.
You got 2 mats?
Yeah, I got an Appaloosa mat, and I got
from your tickets.
From the tickets, yeah. Wait, what do you mean? You thought I meant from like winning the event? No. From winning the event, I just got the giant JD and the hamster mat. No. But like, I do think the Ultimate Time Wizard having to play 11 rounds. I played 11 rounds. Like, I feel like I should get a little bit more than like Rivalry to Warlords or something. Like I shouldn't be comparative to that after playing 11 rounds of Yu-Gi-Oh. That just seems ridiculous to me, but whatever. Hopefully that rumor...
Prize support in Yu-Gi-Oh is a joke.
It always has been. We don't play for prizes. We know that. It's all for the glory. But hopefully they didn't actually reduce the number of tickets you get for the side events. That rumor is starting to spread around and I'm not sure about that, but I do have some comments here I want to read because some people feel like this is a good thing and some people feel like it's a bad thing. So I want to read some of the comments that we have here. So Garen says, side event prizes have to be won and not bought. I don't see how this is a bad change. So
I agree with that.
That's speaking to the point of, like I said before, people literally just came to the event, walked around with $1,000 and said, yo, I'll give you $10 for your tickets. Like I'll give you $5 per ticket, and people would sell them to them and they would go in and claim the prizes. And then the prize will be done after like a couple hours or whatever. And that was just what it was. I kind of accepted it. And I think Konami did too, because they have to know that that's what's happening. The guy couldn't possibly play to get enough tickets. So like the fact that Garen said the side events have to be won and not bought, I think that's like, I'm fine with that, right? Like that seems fair.
At Indy though, we got, for some reason, the Ultimate Time Wizard players were the first people to get their tickets, and me and a bunch of friends, we actually like combined our tickets together and got like a giant card together. And I think that was really cool, a bunch of friends, using power friendship to get a card. But now that's not a thing anymore either though.
But no, I do think that's a fantastic thing that people were able to come together with their friends and do it that way. I've also seen people who aren't even necessarily cool with each other or whatever just work together to get they're like, we're gonna split it, just pull all our tickets together. You got this many, you got this many, you got this many, let's go get it, and we'll just split, or they do a split based on a number of tickets that you contributed to the group.
Yep.
And the equity of the card that you sold or the sheet that you sold. So if you sold something for $3,000 and you're like, okay, I put in 15 tickets, then they say, okay, it took this many tickets to get it, and everyone gets divvied out. It's a very easy thing that you could do in Excel. I do it for like prize breakdowns, stuff like that as well. But I want to read some more of these comments. So let's see. Michael State says, if you go to multiple events, you can literally save up for them now. Doesn't impact you getting them in the slightest, and gives everyone an opportunity to get prizes. So that's true, because again, we who play in the Ultimate Time Wizard tournaments, we never had a chance, really. Like, we get our stuff on Sunday, there's really nothing to get. So we now have a chance that if I top multiple Ultimate Time Wizards and I keep getting, 20, 30 tickets, eventually my profile is going to have like, I don't know, 200 tickets or something at one day. And I'll be like, oh shit, I actually won this event without even having to play. Like, I can get a giant card today, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I can get another giant card today.
Yeah, it's nice that it's not a first come first serve basis in that aspect, but we don't know how they're gonna distribute the giant cards when pricing opens.
Yeah, that part is gonna be rough. I could see that being a little toxic, like people pushing in line, people trying to pay for spots. People are gonna try to do whatever they can, always, especially if it's a good one. They do BLS again or like something crazy, Dark Magician Girl, God forbid. People will definitely do what they have to do to try to get to the front. But that's a problem that Konami could easily just rectify in some way. They could raffle the spots to buy something at the prize wall, Like it could be a thing where, you know, on your profile it tells you that you are number 3 in line or you're number 4 in line, and you know that's just what it is. Just having people line up arbitrarily though is going to make people want to do things like camp out, and I just hate that culture.
Yep, that's ass.
Yeah,
that's not going to fly.
Yeah, resale culture basically, like sneakers and stuff, and people just camp out. They're like, all right, I just want to be the first in the prize wall, and that's all I came here for. But overall, I think overall it's a good thing. Like I do, because I think that, well, it definitely benefits people like me and you who are going to go to every West. Yes, it does not benefit people who don't go to multiple though. So that's gonna impact a lot of people who just like, oh, I only go to the events that are close to me. You know, you're not really going to ever be able to amass enough tickets to get something for real, honestly. But maybe like, I mean, at that point, if you're a person that doesn't travel a lot, you don't go to a lot of these tournaments, then you just need to cash them out as soon as you get them, really, right? Like you just get a mat or get some dice or whatever other things they offer, lanyards or whatever. You know, you can never get like the juice prizes.
Yeah, it's going to incentivize people though to play more side events of anything. So I think that's what they're trying to aim for, I guess.
Yep.
Do you think the prize like wall, like giant card and the uncut sheets are going to go up or down because of this? You think they'll be more expensive, less expensive?
That's a good question. I didn't think about how the market would be affected by this change, because that's something that we should definitely be thinking about.
I think it's going to go up because it's going to be harder to get the giant cards and uncut sheets. Like the very first YCS this happens at Nats, I am very suspect if anyone gets a single giant card or uncut sheet.
Yeah, I almost feel like Konami shouldn't even bring them.
Yeah, it's going to be like impossible. So it's going to be harder to get them, I think. But then maybe later it'll be way easier to get. So
yeah, we're going to reach a point where multiple people have enough to get something, and then they're just going to have to like fight over it. Yeah, I don't know. I think that you're right though. The initial thought is that they probably will become more expensive because of how much harder they are to get. Because in theory, I could just show up with cash in hand and buy enough tickets, you know, to get a giant card or get an uncut sheet. And anyone who just has money can do that at any point. Like you just decide, I want this and I'm getting it. And there's no one that can stop me because I just have more money. Because at the end of the day, right, if somebody says I'm paying $10 a ticket and you say, well, I'm paying 15. Okay, well, you want it more than me, bro. I'm not paying 15 a ticket. That's insane. But like, if you want to pay $2,500 or $3,000 for the tickets alone just to get the thing, and then sell it for $3,500 to make a $500 profit or whatever it works out to be, then like that's all on you. I'm not paying that much on tickets, but I'm not a guy that buys tickets anyway. But like the people who do, they'll go back and forth, and now they can't do that anymore. I think it will make it more expensive overall. I think it will, because you have to put in actual work now. Like someone has to actually spend hours. Like I'm not gonna say hundreds. I don't know how many it's gonna take, but you have to spend a lot of hours to reclaim a real prize.
Yeah, and then for the people who are like fanatics on certain giant cards that like want them really, really bad, I feel like it's definitely gonna go up because it's just only so many people at that event can get that giant card. You know?
Yeah.
Like how many people are gonna show up with 80 tickets at that event?
That's what I'm saying.
Like I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they'll lower. So maybe if they are giving out, if that rumor is true that they're giving out less tickets, maybe they'll also lower how many tickets you need to claim certain prizes. I think that the two things should move together and not like less tickets, but the prize wall stays the same in terms of what it takes to, you know, actually exchange it for a prize. But we got Dom here who says it's a great change for competitors, bad change for people who just try to make money from the prize wall stuff. Very true, as we kind of already discussed. Joe Dietrich said, I didn't think the game could get any worse. Ryan says the number of tickets earned per side event has also drastically dropped. So he was one of the people saying that this rumor, we have not confirmed that at all yet. Anthony Howard said trading card game, but not allowed to trade. LMAO. So yeah, and some people are saying this is why you just play in the Ultimate Time Wizard. Don't even worry about this. Brandon says this is great news. Never understood why it was set up how it was originally when the prizes were impossible to achieve without buying or trading tickets. Good change. And then one last comment said the jig is up. so
yeah, I agree. It doesn't make sense that they're literally encouraging the buying selling of these giant prizes.
I was always freaked out by that too. I'm just saying that now because I know that buying and selling is illegal at Konami events. Like you can't.
Yeah, like what are they thinking? They're like, yeah, we want to kick people out, but you have to do it. Like what?
Yeah, that always freaked me out when people walk up to me and be like, I want to buy tickets. I just get very nervous because I'm like, I don't know if I'm allowed to sell these to you. So I'm just going to exchange them for a mat for my subscribers. But that's our time. The bell went off. So yeah, what do you guys think about this new Konami policy? Do you think this is a good change overall? Do you think it's a bad change? Maybe list some pros and cons in the comment section. Let me and Eric know how you guys feel about that. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.